I'm Glenn Harms, and I'm a sales manager for State Farm Insurance, and I've been associated with State Farm for a little over 20 years. Dave Kittleson came to our church back in the late 80s. That's the second son of Odell Kittleson, the founder of Cup of Cold Water. And he just made an impassioned speech about the U.S. Center that they were envisioning to have here in the United States to support mission work. And it just captured the imagination of both Joanne and myself. And a couple years later, we were invited to be on the board, and it's been 20 years of involvement since. One way that Cup of Cold Water carries out the Great Commission is through the extensive Christian school that they have down in Bolivia, one of the poorest countries in the Western Hemisphere. That school currently teaches and instructs in a Christian value way 520 students from 310 homes. 70% of those households are non-Christian. And so we're salting the culture and the community of Bolivia for the next generation and generations thereafter. The board of directors, as I got to know them over the past 20 years, are men and women of the land as much as anything else. That has merely been a foundation for their strong Christian faith and the values that they bring to the table every month at a board meeting that we rely on, the wisdom from biblical background that we rely on to be in God's will and do the things that we sense that God is asking us to do. And these men and women are step for step with God in those decisions, and they rely on the Spirit of God to guide us. In 30 seconds, I'd say Cup of Cold Water Ministries is a ministry that removes the roadblocks and facilitates people that are called to the mission field, wherever that might be, to be considered candidates for the mission field. We empower them to go and take a look. We empower others to send those folks to the mission field. And we do it with as little red tape as possible in order that they might serve on the mission field and accept the calling that God's given them. And she's thankful for the people that just give and give and give. And she said, "You enable us to be your representatives and represent Jesus to this country that doesn't know Jesus." And that's what Cup of Cold Water is. We're sending people somewhere else, representing us and Jesus to people that need to know Him.